Hey everyone, welcome back to our math series, Math Defined. Today we're going to find out what slope is and how to find it. Let's begin with the definition of slope. Slope is a measurement of how steep a line is. For example, we might want to know how steep the roof is for this house. Or, is this ramp too steep for a wheelchair? Maybe you want to know if this ski slope is too easy or too steep for you to ski down. Understanding what slope is and how to find it is the way you can answer all of these questions. All right, grab your pencils and some graph paper and let's find some slopes. Let's start with a graph. Here you see the x and y axis and a line like this on it. Did you notice how this line rose as it went from left to right? This means that the slope will be a positive number. We'll talk about the different types of slopes later in this video. Remember, slope is a measurement of how steep a line is, and it is often represented by the letter m, and it is equal to the change in y over the change in x. But what does that even mean? Let's break it down a little further. A change in y means a vertical change called the rise. A change in x means a horizontal change called the run. Slope is commonly referred to as m, or slope is equal to the rise over the run. Now we need to find a way to find these two changes. I am going to show you two ways that you can find the slope of this line. The first way is to use the graph. The first step is to identify 2 points on the line. We need to be careful, though, to identify only points that are at an intersection of both a vertical and horizontal line. Now we can choose any two of these points that we have identified. I'm choosing these 2 points. The second step is to calculate the rise, or the vertical change in y. I will use this point here to do this. To calculate the rise, I need to count up the number of squares to reach the height of the second point, which is 2. The third step is to calculate the run, or the horizontal change in x. Starting at the top of the rise arrow, I'll count over the number of squares to the right to reach this second point, which is 3. The last step is to put these calculations into the equation for slope, which is m equals rise over run. The rise is 2 and the run is 3. So the slope is 2 over 3. A closer look at this 2 over 3 slope means that for every rise of 2 squares and a run of 3 squares, you will reach another point on the line. And since the slope is positive, the rise moves up in the positive direction and the run moves to the right in the positive direction to reach the next point on the line. And as you can see, it wouldn't matter which 2 points you chose. The rise is 2 and the run is 3. Now let's look at a formula. I said before that slope, or m, is the change in y over the change in x. But how do you find those changes? Well, it's pretty easy, and the formula looks like this. Slope, or m, equals the difference of y sub 2 and y sub 1 over the difference of x sub 2 and x sub 1. I know this probably looks very confusing. The numbers just represent the point you are using. So let's say that this will be point 1 and this will be point 2. Next, I need to identify the ordered pair for point 1, which is positive 3, positive 2, and the ordered pair for point 2 is positive 6, positive 4. Now let's substitute these values into the formula. Starting with the change in y sub 2 is 4 and y sub 1 is 2. Now the change in x sub 2 is 6 and x sub 1 is 3. The last step is to complete the calculations. 4 minus 2 is 2, and 6 minus 3 is 3. So the slope is still 2 over 3. And again, it doesn't matter which 2 points you choose. Now let's talk about the 4 types of slopes. A positive slope is a line that rises from left to right. A negative slope is a line that falls from left to right. A zero slope is a horizontal line. It would be like walking on a flat surface because the rise is 0. And lastly, an undefined slope is a vertical line because while the line does rise, the run is 0. Now it's time to grab a pencil and some graph paper. Use the graph to find the slope of this line. Remember, to find the slope, you need to find the rise and the run between these 2 points on the line. Pause this video and come back to check your answer. Okay, let's check it out. I'll start with this point, and I'll find the rise by counting up 9 squares in the positive direction to reach this second point. So the rise is positive 9. Now, starting at the top of the rise, I'll find the run by counting to the left or in the negative direction the number of squares to reach this second point. Since the run was moving to the left in the negative direction, the run is negative 8. So the slope is negative 9 over 8. Now let's check our answer by using the formula. Remember, the formula is the change in the y-coordinates over the change in the x-coordinates. Pause the video again and come back when you have your answer. So first you need to identify the coordinates for each point. Then just substitute the values into the formula. Starting with the y-coordinates, I have negative 4 minus 5, which is negative 9. For the x-coordinates, I have positive 3 minus negative 5, which is positive 8. So the slope here again is negative 9 over 8. Now use the formula and the given points to find the slope of this line. Pause the video and I'll talk to you soon. First, I wrote a little reminder as to which point was point 1 and point 2. Then, using the formula, I substitute in the values for the y-coordinates, and 5 minus 5 is 0. Substituting in the x-coordinate values, I have negative 4 minus 6, which is negative 10. Looking at this slope, I see the rise is 0, so the slope is 0 as well. Now let's try graphing these 2 points to check our answer. Positive 6, positive 5 is here, and negative 4, positive 5 is here. Drawing a line connecting these 2 points, we can see that it is just a horizontal line that has no rise, so it has no slope. Let's try another set of points. Negative 4, positive 3, and negative 4, negative 7. Pause the video once more, and I'll see you when you are done. Okay, I wrote a little reminder again to distinguish point 1 from point 2. Then substituting in the y-coordinate values, we have negative 7 minus 3, which is negative 10. And for the x-coordinates, we have negative 4 minus negative 4, which is 0. Since we cannot have a 0 in any denominator, the slope is undefined. Do you remember what the line for an undefined slope looks like on a graph? Well, let's graph the 2 points and find out. Here's the point negative 4, positive 3, and here is negative 4, negative 7. Now we'll connect the points with a line. You can see that it is a vertical line. And because it is a vertical line, that means there is no change on the x-axis, so the slope is undefined. And that's all there is to it. You can find the slope or how steep a line is by using a graph or with a formula. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or if there's a specific math topic you'd like me to cover in the next video, drop it in the comments section. I love hearing from you. I hope you will give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Be sure to click on one of these 2 videos next for more awesome math.